Chat. My fault, man. I was tired as hell early, man. I had to take me a little nap, man. But we got this banger right here, man. Uh, I tried to warn them. Now Gills Arenas just got canceled. Damn. That's one of my little favorite shows too, man. God damn.
Oh man, I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. This may be the last video we break down about Gil's Arena because yes, it is true, it is official. It is not only over, but everyone, and I do mean everyone, has lost their job. Even the tap dancing one. But before we get to the news that has been broken, let's go ahead and first chronicleize a couple of important things. So I was scrolling on the timeline trying to get my basketball fix in, and I stumbled across this clip.
Hey, one thing I do notice though, hey Lo, yo ass do be dick sucking though, boy.
Where Josiah is signing off for the last time, and I found a couple of things very interesting. So,
on that note, a good place for us to wrap up today. But before we do, I just want to send a shout out to Gilbert Arenas Underdog. When we started this show, February 2023, we had some super lofty expectations of where we wanted to go. We're able to accomplish those things, becoming the #1 daily sports show in the world, Swaggy, or at least in America. But I want to thank all y'all on this couch, all the men and women that have graced this couch, all our tremendous staff, and all the amazing fans for everything that you guys have done in helping this become the show that it is, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate all y'all, especially.
Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. My God.
Appreciate you, gentlemen.
My God.
If I send you a dap, come over that way. Appreciate
I want you all. Matter of fact, let me
it you as well.
Thanks.
Shout out to our tremendously talented crew. Shout out to everybody in the chat. This has been another episode of Gil's Arena presented by Underdog. And if I don't see you again on this couch, a good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
So I want everybody to acknowledge a couple of things when he said this, because there's a different tone and energy and direction in which when Josiah was addressing the production team and at least breaking that wall and trying to interact with the chat and everybody else directly. He did so while wearing a Gil's Arena shirt on, a Gil's Arena podcast shirt. And when he's concluding the segment, he's calling it Gil's Arena, not the arena. So you can clearly see he is standing in some level of solidarity on what exactly he believes is going to be the next direction. He didn't put a gimp suit on like the other nigga and sat there and sold out talking about underdog all across my chest and my head, all that other nonsense. And to further this, what I also found very interesting, and I don't think enough people talked about this, is what.
Hey Rashad, that episode was crazy, boy. Boy, that was next level dick eating, boy. I'm talking about, boy, that was next level dick eating, boy. Gil reaction every week and fuck, boy. That was next level dick eating, Rashad. That's crazy.
Well, that live stream was 4 days ago. And if I'm not mistaken, based off of the information that I know, June 30th was supposed to be their last day. And so the reason why that's important is because they had a free agent emergency live reaction special, right? So this is an impromptu stream they decided to throw out there. In this stream, as you all can see, Josiah's not there, Nick Young's not there, and they even make comments about this as well early on in the show as well.
I'm Brandon Jennings, and I'll be your host this evening. We got one of the biggest legends in sports media game. Sitting next to me, Skip Bayless is in the building. Sitting next to him joining him is NBA World Champion of the World, Swaggy P, Nick Young. Great.
So Nick Young decided not to show up. And as you all can see, they kind of pieced together an episode. And here this fool right here thinking that it's my show now. I'm about to be the face. Not going to lie, it definitely seems like this show is about to be a complete afterthought. But just in case you need some memorabilia about some of the players on the show, trust me when I say I have the perfect platform for you and they are today's sponsors.
No.
It's not as if like Josiah is the only moderator that they hire. The woman that they have, the young woman that they have over for the Gridiron show, She could have moderated, but they didn't do that either. They decided to throw whatever they can together, probably last minute, say, come on through. You couldn't even hire a talent for a day for them to potentially see, like, hey, let's see what's going to happen moving forward. Let's test somebody out. No. At the last minute, you decide to throw a stream together in which Josiah, Nick Young, and potentially even Kenya Martin did not show up. But the two that believed that they were going to be the new face, the idea of the new show was going to be formatted around them and Skip Bayless and Sean McCants, they showed up. They for sure showed up because behind the scenes, they probably be getting a bunch of promises and stuff like that. And that's the reason why you get somebody kissing ass. However, come to find...
Hell yeah. Bunch of fake promises. See, look. Rashad, they played your ass like a flute, G. You feel me? They know they wasn't finna keep your black ass, boy.
Find out we have not one but two sources where it is officially confirmed that the show is done. It's canceled. Dunzo, finito. Regardless of how much shooking and jiving, ass kissing, and as Nick Young said, dick sucking you was doing, they still let you go.
Give up, big dog. Give up. You hiring still? Hey, man, all that shit I said about you getting fired, man, it's water under the bridge. Man, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. I'm with you, baby. Hey, you still hiring, right? Ain't no jobs opportunity over here. They said, man, everybody's on. They fired the dog. You know the little dog Brandon used to bring? They told Brandon and that little dog to get up. The kids got fired with the whole underdog outfit on. They fired niggas as mascot.
Shit.
The niggas that be sucking, they fired niggas that be sucking.
Fuck, bro.
Niggas can't live like this, man.
Man, see, this one thing about Nick and Gil, bro. These niggas is master trollers, man. I'm talking about master trollers. See, one thing about Gil, bro. He know what the fuck going on, man. Gil was 10 steps ahead, man. And then, one thing y'all gotta understand, bro. Gil and Nick, bro, them niggas is close, like, you feel me? Them niggas bonded from the hip, bro. You feel me? Once Gil already knew once that shit was over with, Nick was getting fired. He knew that shit, man. Y'all think Nick ain't finna be on the other couch with Gil? You crazy.
That's tough, bro. McCants, there's no way that you got on your knees in the weeks leading up to where we are right now. You slobbered them up, and you still got fired. Now, at first, I
got on his knees, still got fired. Goof ass, boy.
thought that Nick Young was trolling, but then a couple of other things happened as well. I started looking on the timeline and all over on the YouTube streets and stuff like that. You know, I have my ear to the streets. First and foremost, they only uploaded one video out of that entire random stream they pieced together. They uploaded one video. Be very mindful, a bunch of stuff has happened, and they have not gotten no content out at all. There is no way that all the trades, the signings, everything that's happening, and you decide to get no content out at all. That's number one. Number two, not only did Nick Young say what he said, but y'all know the producer or somebody behind the scenes who got called out by Kenya Martin and had that awkward ass moment. He went on his live stream and he confirmed it again that, yeah, they all got fired.
I mean, as far as I know, y'all, everybody got it. Everybody. I say everybody, I mean everybody. And it's crazy. The only motherfucker ain't get fired was the motherfucker that everybody kept saying getting fired. He was already expired. He was expired. Look, man, that nigga 1,000 steps ahead, man. See, that's the thing. That's why I'm putting all this shit together and really want to kind of watch my words because I don't want to, reach nothing. But Gil was 1,000 steps ahead. Do y'all see how this shit played out? He knew we was going to get fired. Gil, why you doing me like that, man? How you leave me in the goddamn gutter like this, man? What the fuck is going on? The only motherfucker that didn't get fired is the person that everybody thought got fired. His shit expired June 30th. He got fired July 1st.
Damn.
The only motherfucker didn't get that email.
Tough. And the reason why he didn't get fired is because he acknowledged the trend in which they were going in. It was so apparent to me what was happening. There was no rhyme or reason, and I said this to Gil. Matter of fact, most of you already know this, but even if you don't, I might throw some clips here and there. Bro, I told Gil when they decided to make the decision at the top of the NBA season, why do they only have you all on the show for 2 or 3 times out of the week when y'all been running up the numbers going 4 times a week? If anything, y'all should be going.
See, look, there's one thing about Gil, bro. Gil ain't no fucking dummy, bro. He ain't. Nigga was fucking 12 steps ahead. Fuck 10. Nigga was 12 steps ahead. And Josiah, you a real ass nigga, boy. You stuck by that nigga, boy. On my mama, you a real nigga, boy. Salute.
5. I'm just asking how often y'all gonna do the show on a week basis. How often?
We've gotten 2 full days to do the show. We'll be on Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Just 2?
That's the information we were given. 2 days.
Yeah, not 5.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Not like go from 4 to 5. We're gonna go from 4 to 2.
These dumbasses who again do not understand how content works. They decided to put an NFL show on, undercutting the entire progression and momentum the channel had. Killed the whole thing. And niggas wasn't watching it no more. You all can sit here and be in denial about it, but as I showed you all before, the numbers do not lie. March of 2025, bro, they were doing 60 million views, bro. They went from 60 plus million views in March of 2025. Here we are now in March of 2026, and it cut all the way down to 24 million. 24 million, bro. There's just no way that anybody in their right mind could see something go from 60 million and never come close to touching it outside of November, where 43 million is the most that they did entering this NBA season with the NFL show as well. And the numbers kept going down. As the NBA season continued, it kept going down. And nobody did not want to watch it. February, when they had the All-Star weekend, and they didn't do anything special at all, and this is how they do it. They'll act as if like now because they ain't making money, they can't spend it. So now they're not sending nobody to All-Star weekend. They're not having no guests on the show. They're not doing no special events, right? Because they're trying to now recoup their money because they fucked up the entire channel. So now you go from 43, 33, 30, 32, bro. We're in the middle of the NBA season. You have not only the NBA season, but also you have Super Bowl playoffs for the NFL. And the numbers are going down. They're going down. So yes, it's very clear and easy to see. Bro, the lowest numbers they had in the previous year was like 30, 39, 38. Bro, that was on par with their peak for this current season. That's how bad they were doing. Now, for normal people, shit, for me, 43 million would be that. I ain't got nothing to complain about. I know how much money I'll be touching if I hit 43 million, but I don't have a cast of people I have to pay. I don't have a massive team that I have to pay. I don't have to sit here and meticulously make sure because my overhead isn't as high as theirs. So they have to make sure that they get their money's worth, and they fucked it up because they didn't know what they were doing. It was obvious back in December or January, November when I was talking to Gil and them, and everybody was sitting there telling me, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Who are you? And here we are now. And just like I told you all in that other video that I had before, you niggas can get caught up in subscriber numbers. You can get caught up in driving you a Lambo, and you can get caught up in saying, oh, it's one thing you driving a Lambo, you driving a Honda, they got a...
Hold on, Los. Alright, now that I see the video title, I get it. I was just gonna ask you, nigga, is this a I told you so video or is this an informational video? You feel me? Shit, I'm trying to hear all the damn information. Yo, keep talking about somebody told you so. Shit, we get it, nigga. You right, shit, we get it. Damn. Continue with the information, nigga.
Lambo, all that shit. And like I told you all 2 fucking videos ago, when it's time to tell niggas to get the fuck out of the Ferrari and a Lambo, you have no other choice because it doesn't belong to you. That's it. Everybody else who driving a Honda, trust me, I'm fine. There's a bunch of niggas on that platform, including a nigga that was shucking and jiving, putting the underdog hat on, and all that other nonsense that niggas was doing, and you openly admitted that, nigga, you went broke. You openly admitted that. And here you are, not preparing for the inevitable because your eyes are so focused on, oh man, I'm about to be the star. You gonna get on off the premises because they done already promised me this new stardom. They got Michael Jackson, he had calling Gil Michael, all that shit, bro. All that shit. And yet you sitting there watching the show get worse. You so egotistic in your mind, you done got your head boosted so much so that you actually think that you doing something. I'm seeing talking around and nigga, Rashad McCants, you weren't doing anything. McCants not doing nothing. Skip not doing nothing. None of them. Skip was on his own show, on his own channel, not pulling no fucking views. As I told you niggas, when the Fox, the ESPN, when the backing isn't there anymore, you go tell them to go create content on their own, to entertain on their own. No, they can't fucking do it. And after Gil left, you can sit there and see the tension. The content was not enjoyable. Damn near once a week, Kenya Martin and McCants is just yelling and screaming at one another. What was that? That's not entertaining. That's not enjoyable. It's not. But damn, my nigga, you done did all that. You done got the shucking and jiving. You put the gimp suit on. As Nick Young said, you sucking dick on your knees. After you got done sucking dick, they were like, oh shit, McCants, they got you gobbling that shit up. And then after that, they told you to get up your knees and get the fuck out my office, nigga.
Lord, what the fuck was that, nigga?
You done did all that. You done got the shucking and jiving. You put the gimp suit on. As Nick Young said, you sucking dick on your knees. After you got done sucking dick, they were like, oh shit, McCants.
Yeah, but he ain't never got no head. But your ass a virgin.
McCants, they got you gobbling that shit up. And then after that, they told you to get up your knees and get the fuck out my office, nigga. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. A good old boy. Oh, yes, Mouser. Yes, what you need me to do, Mouser? All that shit. And they still fired you, my nigga. How's that work? They still fired you. So, no, to you dumbass niggas in the comment section, what you know about it? Niggas, shut the fuck up. Ironic. Same way y'all niggas tell me I can't talk about basketball because I never played at a certain level. Niggas, shut the fuck up. You niggas have never created content at any level to even know what's going on behind the scenes. Shut up, nigga. This was obvious back in December. He had an entity trying to make even more money and thought they can make it on the back end doing a football show because the fantasy leagues are much more money on the football side. So fuck, we'll have a whole football show.
Football season, on how everything goes every week. A lot of these companies make a lot of money during the football season. So how they're going to do for the year is depicted on football, not basketball. So no matter how great our numbers are, business-wise, football generates the most money with the fantasies and all of that. So it's not about how great our show is, it's how much money is generated through the sport.
Dishes washed by hand may look clean.
You ain't finna get me with these ass.
But can have invisible food residue left behind. Get a better clean with Cascade Complete. These action packs have Dawn to tackle grease, leaving nothing behind but shine. Whoa, I'm handsome. New Cascade Complete.
My car's
You have to
here.
go?
I need to go.
Here's your bag. Shop the Kate Spade Margot bag.
Decide to lead. Enroll in ROTC to become an Army officer.
Summer's here, and just announced, get 0% financing for 5 years on select 2026 Chevy models.
and they fucked up the whole channel. Fucked up the whole channel. And to you other niggas, because this is the other thing, people are like, oh, Gil messed it up because he did all that other nonsense. Fair. I can understand why people may have came to that conclusion because of stuff that happened with Gil off the court, but off the show. But brother, on the show, bro, Rashad McCants is saying slurs. On the show, Kenyon Martin is crashing out. On the show, niggas is not showing up to the show. On the show, the quality is dropping. You telling me that Gil got in some legal trouble behind the scenes that come to find out he may not even be that much associated with is the reason why things went sour? Be very mindful. Gil already has another fucking show. He already has another show. Gil has already been on record saying, bro, I already got another show, bro.
Before I let you get on out of here, Gilbert, talk to me about, Gil's Arenas. What's going on, my man? Season 5, my brother, talk to me. Let the audience know what's up.
Listen, I had to make a business decision, and I was looking at the landscape. We were doing 4 days a week, thinking we were about to turn to 5, and then, another show got added, which was Gridiron Football Show with Skip, Akeem, them, and we got bumped to 2 days. When you're trying to make progress, that's like, winning a championship. And then, all the starters get put to the bench and you only playing 21 minutes, right? It didn't make sense to me. And it's like, if we want to build and build, we can't play under, another show on the same channel. So, I had to make a business decision and, move in.
And what was that business? And to enlighten everybody, what is that business decision that you made, that you had to make?
Moving in a different direction and starting, anyway, let me see. In about 6 days, I will 100% own Gil's Arena's name.
Same cast of characters or different crew?
Well, the other characters are still under contract until September. So we're starting up in August. So unless they just flat out quit, I can't talk to them and I can't recruit them. I can't poach. So, I got to look for a different cast of guys.
Okay. Well, we're here for it, my man. Anything you need,
appreciate
that.
So yeah, Gil was already preparing and planning, and so if Gil is already prepared, and he probably already has at least some idea of who's going to join him, and he's already because Gil has been on social media posting pictures and images of what the set is going to look like, preparing for the next transition, getting everything situated for what is next. So if Gil is already doing that and he's already preparing himself, that means that he already potentially has sponsors, he already has things lined up. Everything is situated for the pivot to come because he knew, and regardless if he came to that conclusion on his own or it was the aid of me or someone else, he slowly started to comprehend, hey, I'm starting to look at all these things that are happening and it does not make any sense. None of it makes any sense. The money is not adding up. Y'all sitting here telling me it costs XYZ to run this show. I can look around and see that it doesn't cost that much. It's probably a bunch of people on the set who ain't doing a goddamn thing. That's just running up a bill. How in the first 2 to 3 years when we were running the show, it only cost so much money. Now all of a sudden it went up. And then when I ask how did that end up happening, you can't give me an answer. Or you sitting there telling me, oh, it's the cost of this, that, and the third.
And it was one of those things, man, where when you're sitting here, you're talking about, I'm thinking, listen, we're going to go 5 days a week. They're going to start a new channel. And they're going to do, they can start off at 3 days a week. And I was like, well, we don't spend this kind of money for those guys. And we have y'all big contracts. As a business, we're not really making any money off you guys. You guys are doing great, but the sponsorships ain't coming in. For us to pay for the skips and nothing, we got to let some of your guys go. You see, when you started hearing shit like that, you be like, all right, no. Put it on the same channel. Because the last thing I want to do is, you got, Lex. I can already see the people that are going to start letting go. And I'm like, not right now, man. We ain't got time for that. We move it.
And especially because I've worked alongside people and entities that will do this routinely. Bro, they will sit there, they will have an individual like Gil in the show, and they will make all the money. And I've already told you all this, but just quickly, they will make the money. And they'll make the money, let's just say at $50,000 a month. They sitting there growing because they making $300,000 a month, right? So 50,000, we taking on 250 easily. And matter of fact, we got wiggle room. So now we can take some of this wiggle room and invested into these other podcasts that we got going on, or maybe some other podcasts that we had and ain't working as much. We gotta balance their books. So now what we're gonna say, for it to make sense, we're gonna cover the loss that's happening on this other podcast in hopes that either it bounces back or it explodes. What we're gonna say is, well, Gil's Arena, to run that show, it went from 50K to 80K, but that 30K is really just being covered from the other flopping show. That's all they do, and they've been doing that for years. For years. But Gil already been in position to do what needs to be done. Brother, the man that he already done had, AJ DeMontis on his show. He did this with Josiah as well. I don't even know how they going to pull this off, which is crazy. And what's even crazier is
you can pull anything off when you want to. Josiah ain't done me. That man been out that contract, boy. That nigga been out that contract, boy. Gil put him on. Underdog did.
As a
You're done mopping, and you might think your floors are clean.
But not from where we're standing.
Try the new Swiffer Power Mop for deeper cleaning.
years. But Gil already been in position to do what needs to be done. Brother, the man that he already done had, AJ DeMontis on his show. He did this with Josiah as well. I don't even know how they going to pull this off, which is crazy. And what's even crazier is as they've done this, as they've been building and moving forward in a different direction, bro, they position themselves to not only have the name of the show, but if they can get the right cast of people, it's done. And while all this is happening, Gil is uploading content. He's talking about free agency, 143, 98, 23, not so much, 53, 43, 137. They haven't uploaded anything except for a couple, like one or two videos over the last handful of days. And it's the most stuff that's happening in the NBA season. They decided not to do it. So it's over. It's over. It's been over, and I knew it was going to happen. I saw the numbers crater. It's over. It was so easily to identifiable. Anybody who was in denial about what was happening over there, you're dumb, bro. You are dumb. And the only reason why McCann's probably bought into whatever bullshit they were selling him is because in his mind, he got nothing else to do. Ain't nothing that McCann's can do. He ain't out there. He ain't got no camera. He ain't about to sit here and start streaming and putting up content. He not doing that. And the reason why I know he ain't doing it because if you've actually seen McCants on his own, he's not that entertaining. He's not that entertaining. To be fair, when he's with somebody else, he is. But when he's by himself, he's not. So he can't pivot. Kenyon not about to pivot. Nick already, he joining them. Josiah about to join them. And Skip Bayless has been trying to do his own thing since everything fell apart with ESPN and things at Fox was getting a little shaky, and then Shannon left, and that nigga can't hold the show on his own either. It's done. Raps. Dunzo. And they probably sitting there watching the numbers just dwindle. Look at this shit, bro. 24 million views in March of 2026. Playoffs, 28 million. May, 30 million. Come on, bro. It's sad, bro. It's sad. It's sad. So then that's tough, bro. Nigga did all that hooping and hollering, all that shaking and jiving, all that dancing, and then when it was time for things to go up, they fired all them niggas, all of them.
The right was on. I remember you telling me every man watched it. Friday gonna be the worst day when they do these streams. Gridiron, you know, they do the double stream on Tuesday. It's gonna hurt because when the gridiron come on, the people gonna leave. I was arguing that, the people gonna stay and watch to see the transition. They gonna want to see the new, what the fuck. No, the fuck they don't. The motherfucking people got the fuck out of there. Everything he said, he was right, and I still didn't think we all was gonna get fired. I still didn't think we all was gonna get fired.
I was trying to tell people that too. I was like, bro, that's not how that fucking works. Just because you put the football show after the basketball show, as soon as the basketball show done, the numbers immediately went down because no one, the channel was not dedicated to football. And whatever dumbass who decided to make the decision to cut off one of the best shows on the internet for a football show featuring Skip Bayless, nigga, you have lost your mind. What ends up happening is they'll have
Facts. Talk your shit right there, boy. Facts.
a show they'll be successful and they'll reach a level of success and they'll have somebody new come in to try to manage and organize it and somebody who's a new big brain. So basically like Underdog is an NBA team and a new general manager came in and let's just say Gil is like the franchise player. Everybody else, you know, they do they thing, you know what I'm saying? And then now the new GM or the new owner comes in and he has a new idea on how the offense should be ran. It's like, nigga, we won doing this. Maybe some tweaks here and there, but why are we making significant changes to the degree of bringing in a football show? And you sitting there pushing back and forth, and people like that, especially when they have upper management decisions, especially in this space, they want to be able to say, look at what I did, because at the end of the day, that's how they will make their name. And so when things don't work, they keep trying to pivot one way to another, all that, and it doesn't work. And I've seen it firsthand. Y'all see what's at the top up here? It's a Twitch logo. Last year, matter of fact, the beginning of this NBA season, it wasn't a Twitch logo. Because even I was dealing with some nonsense behind the scenes with another company that didn't know what they were doing. And so at the end of the day, I could be giving suggestions all left, right, up, and down, no matter what I say. I'm not the decision maker. Y'all can believe what that other platform I was a decision maker, but I wasn't one. I made suggestions, but at the end of the day, if they didn't want to go through the suggestion, then that's fine. And I sat there and I watched everything fall apart. And so when it was time for me to pivot, I had already laid the groundwork and the foundations for me to pivot because I knew that shit wasn't going to work. And then just like with them, that other platform that I used to stream on, they got rid of everybody on a whim's notice. Well, at least they gave niggas like a week in advance to know what's going on. But just like them, it's like, oh, we done. It ain't working, it ain't making no more money, it don't make no sense. And then when you stop and really think like, bro, how much money was being blown one way or another, you start to realize why it didn't make no sense. But it had nothing to do with me or
But yeah, he just rambling now though. But I just had to react to this shit real quick, man, cause I seen this shit pop up on my timeline, man. But yeah, I'll probably be on stream about another 2 hours.